What is up, beautiful people, and welcome to Interviews. I know it's been a minute, but welcome to episode 3. And today we'll finally, after so long, be breaking down. Alright, let's go. Now, Alright is the second song, third, fourth, I'm not even sure anymore. It dropped really early this year, around February. And it's a very heavy song. I think like it really deserved a breakdown because of how like intricate some of the bars are and really have to be explained. I don't care how good you are, some of these bars I had to explain myself because you know I don't play around with the pen, my boy. So let's do it, let's get into it. Now, first verse goes with, bruh, the soul heavy can't walk in my shoes. Since hard knocks we passed talk, the anger just grew. Now those first two bars, the soul heavy can walk in my shoes. That's a double entendre on the word soul. So soul stands for the actual soul that you have, being heavy. And you know when it's heavy, it means that you're troubled. You know what I mean? So the soul heavy, but also soul heavy also stands to explain the rest of the line. Is soul heavy, which stands for soul that you get in your shoes. So you know the term, you can't walk in my shoes or whatever. So that's why the double entendre is for the soul heavy can walk in my shoes. So my soul is heavy, is troubled, which means that I think that nobody can deal with the things that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? So that's what it means when it says the soul heavy can walk in my shoes. Then the next line, since hard knocks we passed talk, the anger just grew. So hard knocks stands for troubled times as well, hard times, you know what I mean? So since hard knocks we passed talk, the anger just grew. Been going through these hard knocks for a long time, to a point that when you're not talking about it, we past talk, the anger just grew. We past talk, you know what I mean? We're not even talking about it anymore. We just bottling that thing in, you know what I mean? So, and you know when you bottle things in, the anger just grows, you know what I mean? Which also goes into the next line. Miss jabs and now depression came out of the blue. Now that line is heavy because miss jabs and now depression came out of the blue. Jabs stands for, you know, jab, boxing. And you know that if you're fighting and you're jabbing and you miss the person, you know you're gonna get what you're gonna get, a punch, right? So you know if you keep missing, then your enemy is gonna, you know, knock you the fuck out. And but also this is crazy. I know a lot of you gonna miss it. Miss jabs also stands for the iconic jabber. So you know, because of the line and the song is like heavy on mental health. So miss jabs meant that we missed the signs that we could have acted on, in order to be able to help the likes of Jabba and many other artists who are like suffering from mental health and we didn't necessarily take serious. So miss jabs also stands that we miss jabs. We missed the signs, we missed everything, all the stuff that he was going through because we're, you know, deep in vibes. And now depression came out of the blue. He also suffered from depression, and you know, and we know how he lived, and that's what it means. You guys didn't know. Now I've broken it down for you. Now your mind is blown. Should I give you time? Let's move on. Windows tinted and I might miss a beautiful view. Now you know when you're going through mental health, it feels like everything is tinted. Nothing feels as bright anymore. Nothing feels as beautiful. So you miss out on a lot of things that are around you that are amazing, you know. So that's what Windows tinted and I might miss a beautiful view. So if you're going through the most, you don't see things very well and you miss a lot of beautiful things around you. It's like you're living through tinted windows, you know what I mean? And you know they say that eyes are the windows to your soul. So if you're going through the most, you know, it doesn't, let me move on. Give us free, we rock the boat, F your amistad. Rope a sin, no free falling up my mabida. Now that line, give us free, we rock the boat, F your amistad, is a reference that's taken from the movie Amistad, about some slaves, slaves that were enslaved. And at some point in the movie, there's a term where that the slaves chant saying, give us free, where they were basically like demanding freedom. So they chant, give us free, and that's what they say. That's what the reference is from. So give us free, we rock the boat, F your amistad. So what I meant is that we rock the boat. So if we are enslaved, we're not gonna allow this anymore. We're demanding our freedom, so we're gonna rock the boat. So basically that's like the shackles of like depression, the shackles of like any mental health that you're going through. So if you're gonna put us on a boat and try and chain us in, we're not gonna vibe with that. You know what I mean? Give us free. If you're Amistad, you know what I mean? So Amistad stands for, in the movie, Amistad was actually the name of the boat as well. So we're gonna rock the boat if you're gonna enslave us, right? So rope us in, no free falling off my mabida. Rope us in. So if you know Moses Mabhida, the stadium, there's a bungee jumping spot like way up top. So what it means is that if I fall off or whatever, then rope us in. Know what I mean? Pull me back up if you see me falling. If you see me falling, because there's no free falling off my bida. There's always rope that's attached that's always gonna pull you back. So be the one to try and pull me up if you see me falling down. Know what I mean? Too deep. No peace, the ghetto filled with some hadidas. Now if you live in South Africa, you know these things very well. If you don't have an alarm, they will make sure to be their alarm. Hadidas are birds, loud as birds, and you know that's a reference to like ghetto people in the hood who always speak about you, you know, who are always making noise like hadidas. Whether you're succeeding or whether you're failing, they always have something to say. So you never really feel like you're at peace in the hood, you know what I mean? You know? But next line, but no tears, you lose stripes of your Adidas. So whether you're going through the most or whatever, we all know that it's very hard in the hood for you to be able to show yourself breaking down. So basically you never try and show people that you're breaking down, I mean? But no tears, because if you break down, then you'll lose stripes. You know what I mean? And that means street credit. That means, you know, just credit, man. Especially as a dude. But no tears, you lose stripes of your Adidas. You know what I mean? So that's also double entendre. You lose stripes standing for street cred, but you also lose stripes because if they see you weak, then niggas are gonna rob you. You know what I mean? I'm too much. It's too much. And then, next 4 bars. Yes, sis. What did you do to your blessings? Thought I rocked the mic 1, 2, but they testing. So that's actually a reference to me asking myself that, yo, because I hadn't written like in a very long time. And I always felt like writing, you know, being a lyricist was always like my skill, always my blessing. So when I was wondering, like, why am I not writing anymore and whatever? So that is a question to myself, saying, what did you do to your blessings? Thought I rocked the mic 1, 2, but they testing. So I thought I was killing it. You know, we thought we were popping, but really we hadn't even gotten anywhere. So what we thought was the performance was actually just a sound check. Bars. But anyway, next 2 lines. In the stew, there's like a million of views. They put the passion in the FL and hope it bears fruit. So that 4 bars is all about thinking that you're making it, but really you just one in like a million of people who are trying to do the same thing as you. So in the stew, there's like a million of views. There's plenty of other dudes who are trying to get to where you are, who are doing the same thing that you are. You just always have to try and push harder than the next person, you know what I mean? And then the next line is that put their passion in the FL and hope it bears fruit. Now, that's also a double entendre as well. That put their passion in the FL. FL is a production software called Fruity Loops. And the logo of FL is a fruit. I forgot what it is. I think it's not a plum, but I don't know. I forgot what it is, but I'll post it. They put the passion in the FL and hope it bears fruit. So bears fruit stands for the FL logo, but it also stands for bearing fruit. You know what I mean? Because if you put in work, then you're gonna bear fruit. You hope to bear fruit. You know what I mean? So we're all putting the passion in production. We're all putting that passion in our art and in whatever we do, and we hope to bear fruit because there's plenty of other people who are trying to do the exact same thing. You know what I mean? Next line. That's cute. So it totally like just it makes light or makes fun of you saying you're gonna make it. And I mean, and even in the way that I said it, like that's cute. That's like people like, you know, people hearing your dream and then they're like, that's cute. That's cool. It's whatever. They just play it off, you know what I mean? Are my dreams past due, or am I living to the name and already past due? So after playing that off, then it makes me start questioning, are my dreams past due? So is everything that I wanted to achieve like behind me? Is it over? Is the game over for me? Or am I living to the name already past due? So my name, you know, the future, means I'm past everyone. Am I worrying about the past when actually I'm already ahead of everyone and living to my name, which is the the future. Put the bombs on these niggas. But anyway, let me move on. It's hard to see through the smoke and the mirrors. Ask me how I am, been better. Wait. That's the last two lines. It's hard to see through the smoke and the mirrors. Ask me who I am. Ask me how I am, been better. Now, it's hard to see through the smoke and the mirrors. Smoke and mirrors means like things that are trying to just distract you, things that seem real but are not real. So all the theatrics, all the gimmicks, those are smoke and mirrors. So I know it's hard for a person to see through all this. Everybody who's like pushing gimmicks and whatever, to try and succeed, they don't really see like the real niggas, the real lyricists, the people who are actually really dope. So a lot of people don't see it through the smoke and the mirrors because they're there to actually distract you and make you think that, okay, this is what's real, this is what's popping or whatever. It's hard to see through the smoke and the mirrors. Then the last line is, ask me how I am, been better. But also what it meant with the last line, how that line and the last line link is saying smoke and mirrors also stands for acting like you're okay, but you're not. So smoke and mirrors, I'm just trying to distract you. Seems like I'm fine, but I'm not. So that's what smoke and mirror means. That's why when you ask me how I am, been better. So you're not sure. So if you think about it, it sounds like, nah, been better. But you don't know, am I saying been better? So I'm saying, have I been better than yesterday? Or am I saying I've seen better days? I'm not okay. So it's something to think of. That's why the last line is wait. Because you're thinking about it like, wait, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Crazy. Let's go to the hook. Middle finger up to my depression, I and night. Smile emoji only in my socials, nigga, aight. Get my cash up, maybe then I'll be alright. Stay prayed up, keep them demons out of sight. Then it repeats itself. So first line is middle finger up to my depression, I and night. So middle finger to my depression, to that demon or whatever, I and night. And then smile emoji only in my socials, nigga, aight. So the only time you'll see me with a smile on my face or whatever is on social media, because a lot of us like just play it off and whatever and act like we're okay when we're not. So we'll post all these pictures, post smiley faces, smiley emojis when we're actually not okay. So the only time you'll see smiley emoji on my face is on social media. You know what I mean? Get my cash up, maybe then I'll be alright. So a lot of us like to think that the solution to whatever issue that we're dealing with is money. So get my cash up, maybe then I'll be alright. I don't know. Money does feel good, you know what I mean? So stay prayed up, keep them demons out of sight. So if you keep praying, demons go run away, you know what I mean? Well, not actually. We'll break that down some other day. That's the hook, you know what I mean? And then so it keeps going and it switches up. There's a second part of the hook. So middle finger up to my depression, I night. Smile emoji only in my socials, nigga, aight. Shorty wanna be my girl, but I think that I might. Pursue the happiness, smile a little funny guy. So shorty wanna be my girl, but I think that I might. It just means like, a boy's been single for the longest time. So even when you're going through like even when like people wanna enter your life or whatever, you're like, nah, chill, I might, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to like, hype myself up there too much, but like, I've had some people with like some interest. So it means that even when like girls were interested in me and whatever at the time, I was like, nah, I might, because I felt like I needed to take time to work on myself. You know what I mean? So that's what it does to you. That's what mental health does to you. Just pushes you away from like people. But then pursue the happiness, smile a little funny guy. So we're on the pursuit of happiness, and it's like a message to myself or whoever's going through the most that despite everything, just try to smile a little, even when you're that funny guy or whatever. Because we always know that like sometimes in the crew, you always have that person like the funniest person, but they're actually like hiding the deepest pain. So that's what it meant. Because I like the line. That's actually let me see that. I was about to drop like an Easter egg there for you guys. Pursue the happiness, smile a little funny guy. So that's the hook. Let's move on to the second verse. It's very short and very repetitive. It seemed necessary for me to do it. I know sometimes like people cry like, you don't drop second verse. At least now drop a second verse, even despite the fact that it's short. But here we go. Keep up. Like beef on a shelf, I'm proud for myself. My movement is stealth, but ducking from help. Don't worry, I'm fine. Just tired, need wine. Be better with time. Just vibe with my rhymes. Now, first two bars. Like beef on a shelf, I'm far from myself. Like beef on a shelf stands for tinned beef. So we all know that, especially like if you're online a lot, you're gonna come across a lot of articles. And actually, if you really pay attention to a lot of things, they're not like a lot of food that we eat are not what they are. Especially like your prepackaged food or whatever, or your tin stuff, is really not what they are. So like beef on a shelf stands for tin beef, and we all know that like that type of stuff is not always 100%. So because it's not 100%, it's not necessarily the original or whatever it originally was. You know what I mean? So that's why it's like a double entendre to say like beef on a shelf. I'm far from myself. I'm not who I was. I'm not who I necessarily show myself to be. You know what I mean? Because I might be going through things that are like heavy inside. So like beef on a shelf. I'm far from myself. I'm far from who I was. I'm far from, you know, the person that I want to be. My movement is no second two lines. My movement is stealth, but ducking from help. Don't worry, I'm fine. Just tired, need wine. My movement is stealth. It means that what you're showing, but how you're feeling are two different things. So you actually move like you're good, but you're actually not. You know what I mean? Stealth mode. We know is like, you know, trying to keep things low key and whatever. But ducking from help. My moving is stealth, but ducking from help. So you're moving and like you're always trying to find distractions. When people are trying to help you, you're always like, nah, I'll be back or whatever or anything. But ducking from help. And then next line. Don't worry, I'm fine. Just tired, need wine. Now we all know that's like the most fakest line ever. Don't worry, I'm fine. How many times have you said that? How many times have you not been fine? Especially we know the most dangerous is when it comes from women. Don't worry, I'm fine. You're not fine. You're fine. You're fine, but you're not fine. So just tired, need wine. A lot of people use alcohol as a way to like, you know, get through depression and all of that. Stop. You're not Kerry Washington, so stop. Be better with time. Just vibe with my rhymes. So be better with time. Just vibe with my rhymes. Is actually like a continuation from the wine line. So you know when they say be better with time, the longer it is, the longer the grapes and whatever ferment, the better the wine is. So that's why I just tired, need wine. Be better with time. Just vibe with my rhymes. I'll be better with time. Give me time and eventually I'll be good. But for now, just vibe with the rhymes. Don't worry too much. Don't read too much into it, despite the fact that it's so heavy. You know what I mean? And then it repeats itself. Those 8 bars repeat themselves. But then it goes into like the ending of that second verse, which says, silence itla fedza. Got depression yauqwenza. It's a cold world, itla oppressa. Mara anevi pale Jesu Christ. So, excuse me. So that line, silence itla fedza, means that keeping quiet about things will eventually eat you up and finish you. You know what I mean? We know a lot of people taking their lives because they kept things to themselves and then it was all too much, you know. Then next line says, "Nkari depression yauqwenza." So that line is asking, it seems like, from what I'm observing, it seems like depression is playing with you. You know what I mean? It seems like it's taking you lightly, like it's just making a popeye out of you. You know what I mean? It's making a fool out of you. And then there's a chant, it's a cold world, it'll press, you know, it'll keep pressing on you. The more you keep quiet about it, the more you don't do anything about it, it's gonna keep pressing on you. And then the next line is like, Mara anevi pale Jesu Christ. So and then there's a line in the background that goes, that's what I heard. So the thing is that line, it comes from, you know, people always telling you that, nah, if you're going through this or whatever, it's not bigger than God, it's not bigger than Jesus, so just keep praying. But the thing is, when you're in that moment, you don't want to hear any of that. That's why there's a line in the background that says, that's what I heard, because it's me not believing what people are saying. You know what I mean? Not believing at the time. You're like, nah, prayer won't work for me, none of that is going to work for me. So that's why it's like, it's whatever, that's what I heard. And then it repeats itself again, you know. Silence it'll fade, got a depression yauqwenza. It's a cold world, it'll oppress, mara anevi pale Jesu Christ. You know what I mean? That's the second verse. Simple enough, right? Simple. And that's the hook, and that's the song, I hope you guys get it a lot better. I hope those who are not even thinking about it are like thinking about it like in that sense now. And just to break down also the song a lot further, is that the beat is actually a sample of Jill Scott, Slowly Surely. So I know I keep doing this, I keep blowing your mind, and it's like so unfair, but like, yeah, that's what it is. I had to. I've been wanting to sample that song for the longest time. The beat was produced by myself, and I had to, show love to Mrs. Scott. That's like probably my favorite Jill Scott song of all time. So I had to like do something with it. And yeah, that's the song, man. And I hope that we can discuss it further. Whatever, hit me up on IG, on YouTube, in the comments. Just let me know. Subscribe, like, comment, whatever, and share with your friends. Thanks for coming through, and hopefully we're gonna have a lot more of these eventually. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace. Alright.